Hello, welcome to Greg's Channel 1. I'm Greg, this is Channel 1, and I just want to throw a quick apology that the video is a week late. Everything that's happening in the world has kind of just thrown me out of sequence. So I'm hoping to try and get some kind of regularity, getting my videos up and out, but we will see. So, time to give you a simple breakdown on the show that I'm going to be reviewing for the next 16 weeks, I would think. I hope I can get one out a week. That's the plan. And it is a Korean thriller mystery called Save Me. It was released in 2017. It's been on Netflix for some time, I'm guessing. It's based on the Daum webcomic Out of the World by Jo Geum Sam. And there's 16 episodes, 16 weeks, and each episode is an hour long. Because each episode is an hour long, I've decided I'm going to break down each episode into categories. There will be spoilers ahead, so if you want to hear the spoilers and spoilers don't bother you, watch the review. If not, jump over to Netflix, give the first episode a watch, and then jump back. So I'm going to be breaking it down into a few categories. We've got the Im family, who seem to be the main family focus. We've got the Mighty New Sky, who are another main focus, but they seem to be the antagonistic characters. We've got the Hillbilly Quartet category. The points, so that will be like music, etc., etc. That kind of stuff. And my final thoughts. So let's dive right in and talk about the Im family. Now, the Im family consists of 4 characters. We've got Sang-mi, Sang-jin, Im, that's as far as we know, that's his surname, that's the father, and the mother, whose name we do not know at the moment. So, Sang-mi and Sang-jin are fraternal twins. Sang-mi is the main focus, it seems, of the family it's going to be. She's the daughter, Sang-jin is the son, Im is the father, and the mother is the mother. So, what we learn about the characters in this episode is Sang-mi is the optimist of the family. Im is the father that's doing everything he can to try and make sure he gives the best life to his family, and he doesn't care what jobs he's got to do. He will provide for his family. He will try and give his family the best that he can. The mother seems like a sweet mother character, always trying to be the ray of hope. And Sang-jin, the brother, not too much, it seems, is learned about him during this episode. He seems to have a bum leg of some sort, or a bum foot, or something like that. He's got some kind of physical disability with walking, which you don't actually see until the closing moments of the episode. Because you see him moving stuff out, and him kind of walking up some steps, and he's kind of dragging his foot behind, which makes me think that it's a bum leg or a bum ankle or a bum foot. But, we'll probably find out more about that in a later installment of the series. The father gets a fair amount of focus in this episode, in the fact that he's starts off the episode, he's driving them from Seoul to Muji, and the car gets a flat tire. He shows that he's quite a strong-willed father that will stand for his family when the Hillbilly Quartet drive by and they come back. He's expecting to get robbed, which makes me think that maybe, crime rate in Seoul is relatively higher than going to Muji. I don't know. But that's the vibe I got. Is wherever he had come from, he's more likely to get mugged, so he's automatically like, right, defend my family. He does a lot of manual labor, kind of highlighting that he's a hard worker. He just wants the best for his family. We get a phone conversation with him and Sung Hoo. I think it's Sung Hoo. Sung Hoo. Let me just quickly check my notes. Sung Hoo. Apologies for that. Yeah, Sung Hoo. Sung Hoo seems to be a guy that said, I've got you a nice place for you guys to live in. You don't, I'll pay you guys money back when I get the chance, kind of thing. And it seems that he's conned them. He's taken their money and left them right up the creek without a paddle. Dick move, mate. I hope to see you so then you can get your ass kicked by the father. If you're gonna be a dick like that, you deserve a bit of consequences. Hopefully. Sang-mi gets a fair amount of focus for the fact that she is the ray of hope. The mother wants to be the ray of hope, but Sang-mi is the ray of hope. When it looks like the Hillbilly Quartet are going to potentially do some damage to the family, she holds her brother's hand saying, are you scared? I'm here for you. We can do this together. She is very much the ray of light that makes the Hillbilly Quartet kind of go, ooh, she's pretty. And yeah, she's very pretty. It works for the character that, or at least what we've seen of her so far, that, people see her and they go, oh, I like her. And personally, from everything we see in the first episode, I think she's a nice character. She's going to be a good protagonist to follow. What else do we get with her? We get a great scene later on with the Hillbilly Quartet, but I will talk about that when we get to that section. Sang-mi herself seems to be getting a lot of focus on the fact that she is that positive character. And then towards the end of the episode, when they meet the Mighty New Sky and their leader, there's a scene where he's praying with them, and that's quite unsettling. But I will come back to this scene when I talk about the Mighty New Sky group in Gusen 1. And at the end, they are part of the cliffhanger. They're driving home from the Mighty New Sky meeting, and it looks like they're going to crash into a couple of the Hillbilly Quartet. But on the whole, I love these characters. I think the father is brilliant, and I really like him. At every opportunity for him to highlight that he's a good man, a trusting man, a kind man, they do it. They highlight that Sang-mi is the optimist. She's, always looking for the ray of light. It's only in the last minute or two, after a scene that I will speak about when we get to the Mighty New Sky, that she's like, no, I don't think we can trust them. They make me feel uncomfortable. But the father is like, no, we can trust them. That they don't seem too bad. They seem happy. I want to be happy too. I want us to be happy. The mother doesn't really factor too much into it, apart from she gets like a good cooking scene where they feel like a family, and I love it. And the brother, not so much about him so far. I hope we get more of him. Okay, let's jump into the second category, the Mighty New Sky, which are based in Guson 1 of Muji. And you've got the White Suit Man, played by Jo Sung Ha. He's brilliant. For an antagonistic character, he is brilliant. He manages to be, the way that he carries himself as the spiritual father. He's that guy that can rally everyone behind him just with the power of his voice and the conviction that he speaks with. It's like, oh wow, yeah, I can see why people follow you. And the Mighty New Sky feels like a cult. Yay. He's flanked by his two apostles, Apostle Kang, played by Park Ji-young, who is his female supporter, and it seems almost like maybe they're a couple, because there's a lot of scenes where they seem to be looking at the family and going, "Do you remember about them? You'd want kids like that, right?" That kind of vibe. Yeah. Okay. Kang strikes me as very much she's the most unstable that's more likely to be dangerous for more sadistic ways of undercutting people. Apostle Joe, played by Jo Jae-yoon, he's brilliant. He's intimidating without being big hulking man going, I'm big man. He's all about cleanliness, as we find out when he beats up a drunk guy. The drunk guy is brought to them by a couple of other characters, by Sergeant Wu and Rookie Joy. Choi? Not sure how to pronounce it. Gonna go with Choi. And they bring a drunk guy to the Mighty New Sky. Drunk guy's like, I don't trust you. You're dangerous. You're dirty because you're trying to touch me and all this. And Apostle Joe just beats the crap out of him. And then showers him, cleans him up. And he's like, oh God, he's terrifying. Without him being, look at me, I'm big heavy man. It's just, order must be kept. We must be clean for the Mighty New Sky. If we are not clean for the Mighty New Sky, bad things will happen to us. He's that kind of scary. Apostle Kang seems scary in the fact that the White Suit Man can just kind of, he'll say something and you just see in her eyes it's an anger. She wants to do damage, and it's terrifying. Which makes me think that Park Ji-young is bloody fantastic at what she does. But the White Suit Man, there's a scene at the very end when, as I said, he's praying with the Im family, and he's in front of Sang-jin and Sang-mi. Sang-jin has the disability with the leg. He's got his hand on his knee, and it's like, I will help you, the Mighty New Sky, it will cure you, you will walk properly again, kind of thing. And he then says about how Sang-mi, pale and pure as white jade and all this. And then his hand goes up her leg. And you see Sang-mi's eyes kind of just fling open like, what the hell? And he, you see he's got a smile, but then his eyes close just as she reacts to it. Almost like he's trying to pretend that he doesn't realize what he's doing. And that the Mighty New Sky is controlling him. Yeah. He knows how to be scary as all hell without looking like a threat. You look at him and you go, hey, he's an old guy. But it's the way that he carries himself and the way that he carries the energy of this sinister, dark, dark, twisted, creepy asshole. And I want to see more of it. I want to see more of him kind of highlighting how intimidating and how dangerous he can be. It's like, oh, no. This is bad. And it seems that he's managed to win over the mother and Im from the family and Sang-jin, especially Sang-jin and Im. They're the ones who say, it seems fine. Gusun won the Mighty New Sky, they seem fine. Yeah, they seem happy. The mother's like, oh, okay, what do you guys think? Do you like it? Almost like she's hoping they're going to say, no. And Sang-mi's like, hell no. All of the hell no. Nope. I don't want to go back there. It's dangerous. Can we just, work hard, save up a lot of money, and then move out and go somewhere safer? Please? Which I think just shows how good Jo Sung-ha is at making you just go, nope. Because you're looking at it as an outsider on the out. I think as an insider, because of how well he carries himself, because there's a scene with with an old man by Park Dun-young or Park Do-young, something along those lines. I forget, but he's been turned away by the hospital because he's got a kind of cancer that is incurable. They've gone, there's nothing we can do. You may as well die in your home where you feel comfortable. There's nothing we can do about it. And just to kind of highlight how powerful the white suit man is, he claims that he has exercised it, he's taken it. There's a scene where he's just like smacking his hand against the chest of this man, going, swoosh, 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 the mighty new sky, it will clear you of your cancer. You will be saved. Kind of faith healing, scary, creepy crap. And then obviously he has like a fake bit of body, which the censoring does annoy me a little bit about that, but we'll get into that in other points. But by gods, yeah. There's a scene with Mr. Park again, and he wants to pay the white suit man. He's like, no, just devote your prayers to the mighty new sky. I do not need money from you. Thank you very much. We will build together in the eye of the mighty new sky. And all that kind of cultish leadership power. And Kang just goes, I'll take the money. It will go a great way to helping us. Thank you very much. Because she seems quite focused on that. And yeah, absolutely think they are terrifying as hell. So now let's jump into the more comical and more fun moments with the Hillbilly Quartet. And that is what Wikipedia calls them. So that is what I am going to call them, because I did a little bit of research just so I could explain, the fact that it's a thriller mystery, how many episodes, that it was based on a webcomic. So, we got the Hillbilly Quartet, and also so I could get the cast names. We got Sang Hwan, played by Oke Taek-yeon. I hope I've got that wrong. No, I hope I've got that right. I've probably got that wrong, is what I'm trying to say. I probably got it wrong. I hope I've got it right. We got Dong Shul, played by Woo Do-hwan. Jeong Hoon, played by Lee David. And Man Hee by Ha Hwang Jun. I probably butchered all that, but I'm trying. I'm gonna endeavour to get better at trying to pronounce this Korean, just so then it sounds better when I'm talking about it. So let's talk Hillbilly Quartet. Now these four lads are brilliant together. They bring a lot of chemistry. You can tell these four enjoy working with each other, and they feel like best friends. So Sang Hwan, he seems to be the leader. His father is the governor, and he's trying to get his third term as governor in a row. Sang Hwan seems to be the leader who just leads the team and is an all-round good guy. You got Dong Shul, who is the stoic, quiet. I'm a bit brooding. I'm quiet. yeah, kind of guy. Jong Hoon is the goofball idiot. He's the one just like, oopsie doopsie, I've said something stupid, haven't I? Yes, you have. I've just gotten us into trouble, haven't I? Yes, you have. Whoops. And then Man-hee seems to be, at least until we learn his name, they're like, oh, you're a jerk. He's the one that kind of causes the actual banter. It feels like actual banter, not what is referred to as banter nowadays. It feels like, it's a running joke between them that they kind of just have a laugh about. For example, there is a scene in a Korean restaurant, and they've ordered what I think is meant to be like a low alcohol beer, but it doesn't taste great. And the waitress just doesn't take any of their crap. It's beautiful. They're like, oh yeah, we can do this. Yeah, cool. And Sang-hwan's just like, right, if you just drink it and imagine that it's black beer, everything will be fine. But Man-hee has picked up his drink whilst the others are talking about, yeah, we can do this. And Man-hee just drains his drink, and they just look in there. You jerk, we were going to drink together, what the hell? During that scene, they make a nut, that you could tell that all four think Sang-mi is beautiful. And it's quite, the banter and joking between them is like, oh, I looked at her, she was so looking at me. No, she was looking at me, mate. And Jong Hoon, being the goofball, is like, nah, we looked, and she was sending lasers of, and like kapow and boom, yeah, we had a connection. And the others just like, really? Shut up. And that dynamic is goddamn beautiful. I look forward to seeing more of the Hillbilly Quartet. There's a scene with bullfights, and I don't like that. I wasn't a fan of that scene, but it was the follow-up scene that was brilliant. Sang-hwan had betted and lost, and they went, "Looks like karaoke's on you tonight," and he's like, "Fine, let's go, have fun with some karaoke. Go to a karaoke bar. Let's have some fun." And as they're on their way, Jong Hoon's like, oh, I'm going to go to the toilet. And in a scene earlier to this, they had vandalized some bikes of a rival school, I'm thinking it is. And, Jong Hoon, goes to go to the loo. And they bump into this crew again. It's like, oh, crap. Okay, this is bad. It's like, yes, it is. It's very bad. There's about 15 to 20 of them. There's 4 of you. They put up a bit of a fight and then they bolt it. They do the smart thing. They throw the first punch and run the hell out of that. And, the group eventually swarms around them. And, Sang-hwan being the leader is just like, I guess we're going to have to stand face to face with the leader and hopefully we can get out of this without ending up in hospital. Brilliant. And you get like a stare down. And then it seems that there's someone higher up than this guy who had been wronged by the Hillbilly Quartet earlier, who says, no. Back off. You're Sang-hwan, aren't you? Watch where you're going. And it was very much a feeling of, you won't be so lucky next time. And they head off. And you get a great sauna scene with the quartet. That's quite funny. They're getting into the bath. And then Man-hee just leaps in and causes a massive splash. It's like, what the hell, you jerk? But you get them all kind of connecting. And then you get little bits and pieces about them. So you get the fact that Jong Hoon's father is Sergeant Woo, who's a complete idiot. In my opinion, I think he's a complete idiot. You've then got Sang-hwan seeing his father and his mother, and they're feeding his mother because his mother's not very well. You find out that Dong Shul for the fact that he's a silent man. He has a bit of a disagreement with his father, who's a heavy drunk, but enjoys his birthday meal with his grandma. That's quite a lovely scene, which then builds to the final scene, which is Dong Shul and Sang Huan, I believe it is. They go out on a moped drive, and the final scene is they're not paying attention. The Im family realise, wait, these kids are coming at us. Beat the horn, flash the lights. Why are they not moving out of the way? Cliffhanger. The end. Bloody brilliant, that is. Anything else from those guys? Nope. Let's jump into some other points. The music and the OP is goddamn beautiful. There's a lot of symbolism, it seems, from that. So I'm hoping to see more of that. Brilliant. Someone's trying to vacuum outside the room. Yay. So hopefully I'm loud enough to go over that. And final thoughts. Absolutely love the show. I think this first episode is goddamn brilliant. It's made me want to watch the second episode. And hopefully the series can keep up this good win. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Give it a go if you've just kept watching and not cared about the spoilers. Cheers, and see you in the next video. It'll be episode 2 of Save Me. So, give a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, you know the stuff. Cheers and goodbye.